Tom, Lee, we're all like, okay.
It's like, what are we doing?
Who are we hiring?
What's going on here?
How we doing, guys?
Good, Coach.
Smith or Collins practice today?
LC will not practice. Tyron will work on the side.
Do you have an update on Leighton and what do you expect him to do today?
We anticipate Leighton practicing.
Do you expect LC to play Sunday or?
Yeah, we'll just take both their situations day by day.
With Cobb's back yesterday?
Just tightened up on him. So if he does anything today, it'll be limited.
When you look at Darnold and coming back off the layoff, and they obviously allowed 10 sacks, I think it was last week, it's always imperative to get after the quarterback. But when a guy's coming back after a layoff, is it even more so?
Yeah, again, I agree with your initial statement. It's always imperative to get after the quarterback, and you always want to affect the guy, somehow, some way. And, be around him in the pocket, do a great job on the back end covering him, and obviously sacking him and making those kinds of plays. So those are huge, impactful plays in the game, regardless of who's playing quarterback for you.
When you see a team that gives up so many 1 week, the next week, do you almost think they're going to overcorrect their issues and kind of maybe extra guys in, not allow their...
Yeah, hard to know. I would say everybody around the league values not getting sacked. Those plays can really derail drives and derail scoring opportunities. So I think everybody places a premium on that, and different teams will handle it different ways and respond different ways.
Your thoughts on Jamal Adams, their safety?
Really good player. Obviously very active for them. Highly regarded coming out. A very high pick, easy to see why. Very athletic, very aggressive, very physical. Shows up in the run game, shows up as a pass defender. He's a really good player.
Do you have a trend develop like you have where you've been slow to score early in games? Do you go back and break that down, or do you just feel that we know what we're doing, this will balance out over the course of the season? Or?
Yeah, again, I just think you have to evaluate the specific things that happened. You look at it and try to address those things. In last week's game, we moved the ball very well at the outset of the game. We just had some turnovers that derailed us. And so you just go back and you look at those things and you try to correct them as you go.
Can you talk about the challenges of dealing with Jamison Crowder? You faced him when he was with the Redskins. Looked like he had one of his most productive games in week 1 when Darnold was in the lineup. Does that still present problems?
Yeah, he's just a really good player. And you said it, we played against him in Washington, and he was a good player there. He's very good as an inside receiver, very quarterback friendly. Wins against man-to-man coverage, wins in zone, presents himself well, does a good job running with the ball after he catches it, and clearly a favorite target of their quarterback. So definitely a threat for them.
You guys have had issue taking the ball away, interceptions in the back end and things like that. You've called Jordan Lewis a ball guy, and he's always around the ball. Why doesn't he play more?
There's good competition on that back end. We really like each of those corners. Byron's played well for us. Cheeto's played well for us. Anthony Brown's played well. When Jordan's had opportunities, he's done a really good job. So, in certain packages, he gets himself in the ball game and usually does some positive things for us. So he's a good player. We like the competition. We have a tremendous amount of confidence in him.
If it doesn't loosen up, how do you work your receivers? Does Devin Smith come up and be active?
Yeah, again, we just got to wait and see what happens, see what Randall's able to do today, see how he feels today, tomorrow, leading up to the ball game. Obviously, all hands are on deck, and when a player like that is out, those guys who play behind him get the work in practice. So each of those guys, got plenty of work here yesterday, but we'll wait and see how Randall feels as we get closer to game time.
Is Amari in the slot more a possibility if Cobb is out? Who's your, quote, backup slot receiver?
Yeah, Amari has demonstrated that he can really play anywhere for us. He's run a lot of stuff inside. He's run stuff outside. So we have a lot of confidence in him. But, Tavon Austin's been someone, we have a lot of confidence in as well. And, each of those guys is pretty versatile. So we just got to wait and see how Randall feels and make the adjustments as we go.
You had Ryan up to play basically special teams last week. Can he help you as a wide receiver?
Yeah, obviously he came to us later and wasn't with us throughout training camp in the preseason, but we like him a lot. He's practiced well. That's one of the reasons he got the opportunity to come up as a special teams player, because he really showed up in practice. And he's learning our offense. He's getting more comfortable with it. A lot of his work is on scout team, but he's certainly a smart guy who picks things up easily.
Does Antoine Woods look to you in coming back from that injury?
Yeah, doing better. We do anticipate him practicing today.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks.
Good to see you guys.
Good to see you, Coach.